If you're looking to become a trading pro, then you need to master one thing: trend lines. These simple but powerful tools can transform your trading game from beginner to expert. And in today's video, I'll show you how to use trend lines effectively and how to supercharge your strategy. Are you ready? Let's dive in. All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a trend line? A trend line is a line drawn on a chart that helps you identify the direction of the market. It's drawn either above the highs in a downtrend or below the lows in an uptrend. Essentially, it connects the dots between the highs or lows of price action and helps us visualize the trend. In an uptrend, we connect the rising lows. This is because the price is making higher highs and higher lows, signaling that buyers are in control. Conversely, in a downtrend, we connect the declining highs to show that sellers are driving the market lower. Here in a downtrend, we connect the highs to reveal the overall bearish momentum. It's simple but powerful. Trend lines help you stay in line with the market's rhythm. Think of trend lines as your guide. In an uptrend, the trend line acts as support. Price tends to bounce off this line and continue upward. In a downtrend, the trend line is like resistance. It prevents the price from climbing higher. Now that you know what trend lines are, let's talk about how to draw them properly. It's all about precision. To draw an upward trend line, first identify two or more significant lows in the price action. Start with the lowest point of the trend and draw a line connecting it to the next higher low. Remember, the more times the price touches this line without breaking it, the stronger the trend is. This is what makes trend lines such an important tool. They allow you to identify not just the direction of the trend, but also its strength. For downtrends, the process is the same, but in reverse. Start by identifying the first two major highs and connect them. This creates a line that will act as resistance, guiding you to understand when the market might be ready for another leg down. Notice how the price bounces off these trend lines? It's almost as if the market is following a roadmap, and in a way, it is. These lines represent psychological levels where buyers or sellers come back into play. All right, here's where things get exciting. What happens when price breaks a trend line? This is often a signal that the trend could be reversing or losing steam. Traders love these moments because trend line breaks can give you clear entry and exit signals. When the price breaks below a trend line in an uptrend, it could mean the bulls are losing control and sellers are stepping in. Similarly, if the price breaks above a downtrend line, it could signal that the bears are exhausted and buyers are gaining strength. Here's a pro tip. After a trend line break, the price often retests the line before continuing in the new direction. This is called a retest, and it's a great place to look for trade entries, as it confirms the strength of the break. Now let's take things up a notch by using trendline channels. A trendline channel consists of two parallel trend lines, one acting as support and the other as resistance. This creates a channel where the price moves within. Channels are amazing for identifying both the trend direction and key levels for entry and exit. When the price approaches the lower trend line, it's often a good place to look for buying opportunities. When it approaches the upper trend line, that could be your cue to sell or take profits. In a downtrend channel, the same rules apply. Look to sell near the upper line and buy back near the lower line if you're shorting the market. But watch out. When the price breaks out of a channel, it often signals the beginning of a strong new trend. These breakouts can lead to some of the most explosive moves in the market. While trend lines are powerful on their own, they become even more effective when combined with other indicators. For example, you can use the Relative Strength Index, RSI, to confirm if a trendline break is valid. Check this out. When the price breaks through this trend line, the RSI also shows an overbought condition, confirming that a reversal is likely. This gives you more confidence in the trade. You can also use moving averages to act as additional support or resistance. When both a trend line and a moving average align, it creates a strong level where the price is likely to react. Now we've all been there before, overdrawing trend lines. It's tempting to connect every little peak and trough, but remember, less is more. Too many lines will confuse you and clutter your chart. Instead, focus on the most important trend lines, the ones that have been tested multiple times. These are the lines that hold the most weight and are more likely to give you accurate signals. Another common mistake is jumping into a trade too early after a trend line break. Always wait for confirmation. For example, after the break, wait for a retest or a strong candlestick pattern to confirm the new trend direction. Let's take a look at some real-world examples. Here's Apple stock in a clear uptrend. Notice how the price respects this trend line, bouncing off multiple times before eventually breaking through. Now, let's look at this. Here we have a perfect example of a trendline channel. The price moves back and forth within the channel, giving you great entry and exit points. All right, let's recap everything we've learned today. 1. Trend lines are essential for identifying the market's direction and momentum. 2. Trendline breaks are key signals for potential reversals or strong moves. 3. Trendline channels offer clear buy and sell opportunities. 4. Combine trend lines with other indicators for confirmation. 5. Keep your charts clean and simple. Don't overdraw trend lines. Master these techniques, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a more profitable trader. As always, practice makes perfect, so open up those charts and start drawing your trend lines today. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe for more in-depth trading tips, and drop a comment below with your questions or your favorite trendline strategies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.